Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we're going to do a follow-up on my Kreela guide. A lot of people have said to me, loved your guide. Is there anything we can do with Kreela for Clan Boss? And this is going to come directly from one of my Twitch followers. Someone sent me a link. He was like, look, I've done a bit of work with Kreela on Clan Boss. He's actually got a really fun comp. So what I decided to do was copy it. So I'm copying it. I've copied the stats, or not the stats, I've copied the speeds, and I'll show it to you now. So Kreela is a little bit, I guess, frowned upon because her skill order on auto goes A3, then A2, and everybody that's running her that wants to use it for arena would much rather A2 was the primary skill. We've fed that back in. Hopefully it's something they're going to change as like a bug fix stroke update just generally, but at the moment it means that she's probably more usable if you want to auto your comps in Clan Boss than she is in like arena stuff. She's also absolutely fine for any other content. If you're trying to buff an ultimate Gaelic before you go for the spider, this works really well. If you want her for dungeons, she hits hard and she does a lot of work. So, and if you're happy to if you're happy to manual in the arena, she does a lot of work there as well. So don't be down if you've got Kreela. Kreela is a really good legendary. So I've done a Mastery Zen in a Clan Boss setup. This is also good for dungeons. So we're finishing up with War Master. We have built her out to have high defense so that she can survive on the Clan Boss. 227 speed. The speed is important for what I'm going to do. Basically what I'm doing is I'm running her 4 times for every time the Clan Boss goes 3 times, so that we get her ally attacks back quicker and her increased attack back quicker. We've got 100% crit rate, high crit damage. So this is an end game build, but you can just go defense, defense, speed. If you want to go for like a standard Clan Boss build, I've gone crit rate, defense, defense, and then I've got my speed in my gear. This is more like an end game build. I've actually pulled attack in on her banner because I wanted the speed for 1, and for 2 because I already had a really healthy amount of defense, so I figured why not bring a bit more damage. Got crit damage here because I've got high crit rate, and that's going to be her build. So she's in pretty end game build here for Clan Boss. I'm running her alongside Skull Crusher as my counter. So we're going Ultra Nightmare here, 191 speed, high defense, good crit damage. We are also running a Razin. This is going to be a no poison comp, which is quite fun to play around with. 176 speed, high crit rate. Don't forget we don't need 100% crit rate because Kreela is going to bring us 30 more. So we can actually dip out the crit rate a bit to go for more crit damage and more defense. Good enough accuracy to land his debuffs. We've then got ourselves a Sepulchre to do one of 2 things really. So if you're on Void Affinity, this setup will enable you to block the stun. If you are on any other affinity, then you can choose whether you either block the stun or you block the debuff that he's going to place. So that's the way I've set her up. Again, she's going to be taking the slam, so 4.8k defense. She's got a reasonable amount of crit rate, but she's mainly there for accuracy, speed, and defense. Her speed's 252. Which is speed tuned to make sure she always goes right before the slam. And then lastly, this is the interesting champ, Errol. So Errol's got a really fun part of his kit that he only needs 70% crit rate to land a crit. You then throw in that he gets a 30% buff from Kreela. It means he only needs 40% crit rate to be critting all day long. So we're going to try Errol out in the Clan Boss. I never get to use this guy much anyway, so I figured why not bring him in. I pumped him up to 4.5k attack, 49% crit rates, more than I need, 275 crit damage. He's going to be hitting hard. 173 is his speed, and then we've got him an okay amount of defense. He could probably do with a bit more, to be fair, but we want to see if we can get him to do some damage. We do have him on the War Master builds. All of them have got the same type of setup to this. War Master, chance to counter attack, etc. Okay, so we're going to jump into a different clan. I've jumped into the Iron Throne. Thank you for lending me your clan. So I'm going to test this on Void Affinity first. This is capable of doing all affinities. Here's the calculator. So what I'd normally be doing is delaying for 3 turns, and Sepulchre jumps in and places block debuffs just before the stun. If I want to be taking on other affinities, so if the Void's already passed, I would take it back to delay for 1 turn, and Sepulchre would throw up her blocked debuffs before the clan boss places stuff like his decrease attack, decrease speed, etc. I'd advise only doing that if it's Spirit Affinity. Otherwise, I would continue to keep it here and just take the hit on the other debuffs. So Sepulchre, speed tune to make sure she always goes before the stun. You see here, before the stun, before the stun, before the stun, all the way through. So I've got a 3-turn delay on my Sepulchre, 252 speed. Kreela's coming in at 227. I'm actually delaying her A3 by 3 turns as well, so that she always does that just before the first counter attack goes up. Razin, I'm going to use his A3 just before the clan boss does his stun, his slam, so that he doesn't do it on the first turn. And Errol we're just going to be slamming away with. So let's get into this. Let's get a fight off and see how we get on. So, as I say, I'd like to thank Ian for sending me this link, Ian K, who basically said this is a cool one that I run. I have seen a few others as well. So for me, it feels like Kreela's best spot may well be clan boss. But I do like the fact that you could bring in some other champions that are a bit of fun and a bit different, and see if we could get some damage out with them. Obviously, if I was replacing him with a poisoner, I think we would just do straight more damage. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Who's my last one? Sepulchre. Sepulchre. Here we go. So let's do it. Let's try. So A1. The setup is all in the first round. We can go straight in with the ally attack here, the A2. Bam, four hits coming in straight away. Good amount of damage considering we've got no decreased defense and stuff down yet. Counter attack up. Get the poisons like you'd expect. I did say to these guys, thanks for lending me a new test bed for a video. That username sounds familiar. Hey, right side, how you doing? We're going to A1 at this stage with Razin. We're going to save Razin's A2 until the counter attack goes off as well. We're going to triple hit here with Errol. Get some nice damage off there. 30, 40k a pop. A1 again here. And here. She puts little shields up. That's another nice thing for Kreela. Putting that tiny shield up can be the difference towards the end of the game between a survival and not. She does that every time she does a counter attack as well. So you see the little shields just starting to pop up across the team. Everyone is in life still dear here, guys. Another A1 here. A3 here for my Razin, so that he always does it now in sync with the clan boss like that. We can go with the A3 here for more damage. A1 again. We're basically onto auto mode now. So Sepulchre will place her block debuffs up here. Bam. We get our increase attack and increase crit rate here. So now we're starting to do, 100k there from Errol with his A1. Let's see what these counterattacks are like. 42k. 44k. Nice hits from Kreela. Good damage here from the Razin. 74k from Errol. So it's just interesting. You know, is Errol going to be smacking like crazy? I think he might be. So it's a bit of a fun comp. No poison out there. Razin's going ham. So is everyone else. Let's see what we do. We've got an average of, just under 1 million per turn. It's going to end up being probably about 700-800k per turn. So its potential is to get close to a 2 key here, but certainly a 3 key. So I'm going to let this run through, guys. I will show you the results afterwards. And then perhaps we'll take the same build for a little spin in a couple of dungeons as well. Okay, so we're coming in for turn 20, 18 mil so far. The speed tunes work perfectly, so we've not had to do anything after that initial setup. And all of these kind of crit rates going up, attack going up, really working nicely. Errol has been slamming up pretty damn hard, actually. You'll see it again here. So 56 from Sepulchre, 51 from Kreela, which is no slouch either, guys. Errol slams in with a 92 A1. I actually quite enjoy this build. It's a shame that there's not somebody in here throwing poisons out there. I could swap Razin for Draco. If I swap Razin for Draco, that would be some pretty serious damage because Draco would get all of that benefit as well. But I've got Draco set up for something else. Equally, I could have brought Venus in, but you guys can do whatever you want to do. Razin can become, a Grave Chill or something with a decreased defense and a few poisons going on or whatever. But we're at turn 23 where we start to take some pretty serious slams from the clan boss at this stage. We start to take a lot of damage here, but we're still doing pretty well. So, we're very close to the 3 key already. I do have good gear on these guys, so Yeah, there's no kind of arguing with that. But yeah, quite nice surprise to see Errol whacking in some big numbers on Clan Boss. Didn't think I'd see that after using him a bunch of the time before. He's obviously going to be the first one to go down. He does have weakness in terms of his actual overall defense. He's a good 1,000 defense less than anyone else. And for anyone who's seen my videos, I do tell people try and keep a balanced defense throughout your team. I've not really done that here. Skull Crusher's having to take a lot of the flak. Look at the damage Skull Crusher's just taken there because Errol is getting chewed to pieces. But still a fun comp. Still a fun comp. So we've come into 3 key now. We've hit the 3 key territory already. On goes that shield again. Bam, perfect. Decreased defense out there again. It's just like clockwork. And yeah, as I say, the probably the biggest upgrade you could do for this would just be that Razin swapped to someone that does poison and decreased defense at the same time. There's not that many of them around, and most of them are literally the top tier legendaries, which is why I didn't put it out there. Errol can obviously become basically anyone. Errol could be a Frozen Banshee. Errol could be an Occult Brawler, or anyone else that just does straight up damage. You don't need Errol in this comp at all. He was just a bit of fun. There goes my Skull Crusher. So Skull Crusher gone down earlier than you would hope, but I kind of figured it was going to happen. The more defense I'd put on Errol, the longer Skull Crusher lives, weirdly, because Skull Crusher's taking that balance of everyone's damage. So if I had a slightly tankier Errol, Skull Crusher would last more turns. But we're still coming in here. We're going to be close to, I think we're probably going to end up close to 29 mil all in. Maybe less actually, maybe 28 after seeing that hit. We just lost our decreased attack, so that's going to be job done. 28 mil, bam. So is Kreela useful for Clan Boss? Yeah, I'd say yes. She's just done 5 mil herself, 5.4 mil. Errol's come in as the biggest damage dealer of the comp. Love it. Absolutely love it. Razin has come in for 7. Errol's come in for 8.3. So again, if I'd switch Razin up for a Poisoner in there, then we're going to be hitting probably 2 key territory. If that was Draco or Venus, it's definitely 2 key. So yeah, fun comp. Kreela, definitely good in Clan Boss. And she can also do work in dungeons. I've shown a bit of her in dungeons already. I'll do a couple more runs. So she is Magic Affinity. So you could throw her into this sort of comp. She buffs up someone like a Seer. So multiple buffs for Seer to rip off is nice. So I could do something like this. We've got a decreased defense and weaken there. We've got a nuker there. If I just had, I don't know, something like, I'm throwing in more legendaries, but if I had a bad L coming in here with more buffs for my Seer and some survivability, then this could be fun as well. So Kreela puts up 2 buffs straight away. Seer says, you know what, I'm just going to rip those straight off. You've then got to kind of wait. I was hoping that bad L would not give up his buff straight away there, but he has. So the other thing which Kreela's just done there is stun the enemy, which is nice. And then Seer does a thing, and obviously we're going to get through to the boss pretty nicely. But the increased attack, increased crit rate, sets up your Seer nicely with multiple buffs at the start. And as we know, Seer does work once it happens. Ally attack again there. Comes around really quick actually. 3 turn cooldowns, pretty rapid cooldown. It's back again. I don't know how that happens. But yeah, I think she's a really, really cool champ. The only thing I don't like about her is AI's a bit wonky for the arena. But I don't know how easy it is for them to just say, just for the arena, switch like recommended turn order. I'm not sure. But you see there, 1:05 run, brilliant. Crappy piece of item from that. She's blue affinity, so she can come in and play in Ice Golem as well. So Ice Golem would be an effective spot for her, so she could come sit in this position instead. Ice Golem's dangerous, guys, because you can put in someone with ally attack and they will do a ton of damage to the boss. You just got to be careful with ally attack, how you're using them. So she's put up the increased attack. Seer's going to rip all of that stuff off. Perfect. We're going to get 1 stun out, then the ally attack here, which is nice. Weaken coming in from Seer. And already we're kind of getting closer to that cooldown coming back. It comes around really fast, actually. So they've got the Shrieks now. Seer's done finished the job for us on those, I think, if her cooldown's back round. Doesn't really matter anyway, so we've got crazy champs in here. Loads of buffs. Do we get an extra turn? No. AoE damage there. Nice hit. So she does good damage. She's got good utility. Kreela, I actually really, really rate her. I think she's a brilliant, brilliant champ. And that's going to see us through. So, can she work on Clan Boss? Absolutely she can. Is she useful in dungeons? Yes, she is. I've already done a pre-guide which shows her in some of the other dungeons and the arena. Check that video out. I'll ping it above now. I've been Hell Hades. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll catch you later.